Thank you very much, Kate. A very good afternoon and welcome to the Michelob Ultra Arena here at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, as we get set for this Saturday's Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view in our main event. It'll be a welterweight showdown featuring the return of Keith "One-Time" Thurman as he takes on Mario Barrios. Our co-main event will be an excellent featherweight showdown. They are sitting up on the stage. The champion, Leo Santa Cruz, will match up against Phoenix, Arizona's very own Keenan Carbajal. Let's meet one of the men involved in our main event on Saturday night. First of all, this man has a record of 26 wins, opposite 1 defeat. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, he is the former super lightweight champion of the world. Let's take a look at Mario Barrios.
Number one contender who has on his mind big things.
Recording in progress.
Let's go, let's go. And hard right there.
I'm feeling great, feeling focused. This fight is very important to my career. My debut at welterweight. I know this isn't an easy fight. You know, this isn't a fight that a lot of people would have took, but that's exactly why I took it.
Biggest opportunity of his career.
He's going to be in there with Mario Barrios, and he hasn't fought anybody like me.
And now please welcome, making his welterweight debut, the former super lightweight champion of the world, Mario El Azteca Barrios. And now we welcome a man who has been away from the ring since 931 days. But he's making his return. He is the former unified welterweight champion of the world. He's back and ready to make a statement. One-time Thurman, looking forward to Saturday night.
Introducing Keith.
Keith Thurman's accomplished almost everything that I've wanted out of the sport of boxing. It's a blessing to be in the gym, to be getting in the ring.
Oh, beautiful right hand. Goes Lopez. You're a warrior, boy.
This is the Thurman that they first fell in love with.
Oh, good right hand, Thurman.
You win some, you lose some. My name's One Time for a reason. I lost one time. We're not losing anymore.
And now we want to bring up with a record of 29 wins, opposite 1 defeat, 22 wins coming by way of knockout, the former welterweight champion of the world. Here is Keith One-Time Thurman. This is our main event on Saturday night, Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. Keith Thurman colliding against Mario Barrios here in Las Vegas. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You guys can take your seats. Greatly appreciate it. I'm going to start off with our co-main event as Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios take their seats. For Leo Santa Cruz to my right, how does it feel to be back since you've been away from the ring since Halloween night of 2020?
I feel very excited. I feel anxious, to get back in the ring. Nervous, a little bit of everything because, I don't know how my body's going to react from all the long layoff. I don't know how it's going to react, but like I said, I've been training really hard in the gym. I've been, working with my teammates. And we've been pushing each other, so I think I'm going to go out there and, entertain. I'm ready to entertain the fans and give them a great fight.
How excited are you to be fighting a guy in Keenan Carbajal, who's also of Mexican descent, who probably won't be too hard to find inside that ring on Saturday?
No, I'm excited because, he has that Mexican, spirit that comes forward, comes to fight. He's not going to be running. He's going to be staying there in the middle of the ring, fight with me. I know this is an opportunity for him, so he's going to come with everything. Like I said, I never underestimate no fighter. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to fight the champion. Like, if he's a champion, I know he's going to come with everything, and it's going to be a great fight.
Leo Santa Cruz is the featherweight champion with a record of 37 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Now we'll talk with his adversary to my left, Keenan Carbajal from Phoenix, Arizona. riding an 18-fight win streak coming into this matchup. Keenan, this is the most high-profile fight that you've had in your career. What does this opportunity mean to be taking on Leo Santa Cruz?
Man, every warrior yearns for that moment to be great, to be remembered, to be legendary, and this is it. This is mine. This is my opportunity to show the world who I am.
Now, the last name, Carvajal, is obviously synonymous with boxing royalty. Now, this is a very touchy subject, but I wanted to address the fact that your Hall of Fame great uncle, Michael Carvajal, is actually rooting against you on Saturday. How difficult is that for you to put out of your mind to focus on the task at hand in Leo Santa Cruz?
Michael's completely irrelevant. It's new to you guys. He's had nothing to do with my career, so I got here just off of my talent and the familia behind me. He had nothing to do. So whether he's going for Leo or not, it don't make no difference to me. He's had zero influence on my career.
Now let's transition to our main event, Keith one-time Thurman. Keith, before you got up here, I mentioned the fact that it has been on Saturday night, 931 days since you last competed. What emotions are you feeling like as you once again step inside the ring here in Las Vegas in the main event against Mario Barrios?
I'm just happy to be here, man. I love being back, where I belong, which is at the forefront of the beautiful sport of boxing. I'm happy to have a great challenger, Mario Barrios, stepping into the ring. He's a young man. He's a capable man. I just told him he's a big little dude, because he's standing over me. He's moving up a weight class. He's got these broad shoulders. With COVID and everything, we haven't been able to size each other up, man. So that was a fun little 5-second experience I had. Boxers, we always size each other up. Once when we walk into a gym, the trainers out there, they know what I'm talking about. You walk into the gym, fighters sizing up, sparring partners, they never sparred, yada, yada, yada. But it's just great, man. This is boxing. This is what I love. I don't care how many days it's been since I've been in the ring. Every day of Keith Thurman's life, I think boxing. I breathe boxing. I meditate about boxing. So, I'm just here to do what I do best, man, to showcase my skills and my talent to the world and to the fans once again.
Mario, what did you take away from that face-off? You said that, obviously because we are still dealing with COVID here in the United States, that you guys hadn't been able to face off. That was the first official stare-down that you've had in person. We've done virtual press conferences in the lead-up to this fight. What did you take away from that face-to-face meeting moments ago?
I never take away too much from the face-offs. All that matters to me is that we're fighting on Saturday. But I knew I had the height advantage on him. Like you said, I'm younger, but and I am the one moving up, but I'm still the bigger fighter.
Now, most fighters in your position, Mario, coming off of their first loss, would have taken a tune-up fight in their first fight, especially at a brand new weight class, this being 147 for you. But you're going after a former unified welterweight champion of the world. What do you think that says about you as a prize fighter?
I'm in the sport to fight the best, and I've said it before, there's never been a name that I have turned down, and I want to continue on testing my abilities and just proving to everybody that I belong. And that's exactly why, we chose to take such a difficult fight for my first fight at welterweight.
Keith, you mentioned to me on PBC's Instagram Live a few weeks ago that what you learned in the fight against Manny Pacquiao is that you want to throw more. With that being said, are we going to see a more aggressive Keith Thurman on Saturday night on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view?
Well, I love to outpunch my opponents. There's very few opportunities where I'm unable to do that. One fight was against Sean Porter. He brings a lot of punches, so I knew that I was going to have to finesse a victory and I wasn't going to be able to out-punch him. But everybody else that I've ever stepped in the ring, I always felt like I have the capacity to out-punch, outperform. When I fought Danny Garcia, he's always looking for the counter punches. His dad said, Thurman didn't throw any punches in the fight after they lost to me. And I said, well, if I didn't throw any punches, then your boy threw negative punches, because I know round for round, I normally threw more punches than Danny Garcia. So when I say throw more punches, in the Pacquiao fight, when I was walking him down, when I was putting him on the ropes, I wasn't letting my hands go. I know my punch count was good for the fight, but I know I fell short. And I believe that I was 15 punches away from victory. So I have the wisdom, the skills, and the capabilities. I don't need to waste punches. I don't need to just throw punches to get the judges to give me every single round. You know, I need to land clean shots, the sharper shots, keep my defense tight. There's many strategies of coming away in those rounds. But as I see the warrior spirit in Mario Barrios, the more that he continues to fight, he's going to awaken me and push me to fight harder. And that's what I look forward to Saturday night.
Because you're fighting a guy 7 years younger than you, a guy who is aggressive in Mario Barrios, does that put extra emphasis to really crank it out in the gym and really push yourself and try to extend your limits? Because you know you're going to be fighting a guy who's aggressive, who's going to be trying to take your head off.
Oh, you know, it makes me just excited about the fight, that I got somebody who wants to fight, who wants to trade, who wants to, you know, he's stepping up and fighting Keith Thurman because he wants to make a name overnight. You know, the last question that you asked him, why did you take the fight with Keith Thurman? Because Mario Barrios wants to be a world-class named fighter, and I respect that. But I'm here to stop him in his tracks, and that's what Saturday night's all about.
Mario, you fought here in Las Vegas on the very first PBC show that was headlined by Keith Thurman and Robert Guerrero back in March of 2015. You fought in the undercard of that. Is it unbelievable for you to know that just in 7 years' time, that now you're going to be standing across the ring from Keith Thurman in the main event in your second straight pay-per-view headlining matchup?
Absolutely. It's definitely a dream come true for me. If you would have told me on that day when I fought in the undercard that, you know, 7 years later I would be fighting Keith Thurman himself, I probably wouldn't believe you. But, you know, I stayed patient, I stayed focused, I stayed disciplined, and now I have my opportunity, you know, to make a name in the welterweight division. It's to move up that has been a long time coming, and but me and my team. We have loved the results that we have had in camp, and I'm just excited for Saturday.
You pointed out about the results in camp. This is a brand new weight class here at 147. You're going up 7 pounds north. So what kind of Mario Barrios will the fans see and will the world see against Keith Thurman?
They're gonna continue to see the same Mario Barrios that has always, you know, stepped in the ring, but, you know, a lot more stronger. My speed is still there as it was, you know, at 140 or 135. Movement and everything is on point, and I mean, we're just, like I said, I'm just excited.
Now, Keith, for you, you have fought 160 rounds over the course of your career. Of those 160 rounds, 101 of those have been championship rounds. Do you feel your experience will play a significant factor in the outcome of your fight against Mario Barrios on Saturday?
Definitely, you know, I'm now 33 years old. I've been boxing since I was 7 years old. I have, you know, all these stats that you're telling me that I don't even know because I live it, you know. At the end of the day, I just evolve and I learn from everything, from everyone that I've ever been in the ring with. So I look forward to showcasing my skills and my talent, my poise, my experience, and just everything. And, you know, I believe that it should give me a little bit of the upper hand. You know, I believe that I'm going to be craftier than this young man is expecting. I believe that I'm going to be trickier and bring dynamics that none of his sparring partners were able to bring into the ring because they cannot mimic Keith one-time Thurman. There's only one Keith one-time Thurman. And I prepared very well for this fight. I had 5 sparring partners for this fight. And we're just looking forward to Saturday night. It's going to be a great night of boxing. Everybody needs to tune into the show.
Now, Leo, we're here in Las Vegas, and this is a town that has been very good to you. You're undefeated here. 9-0 all time. Leo Santa Cruz is here in the fighting capital of the world. What is the key to your success being undefeated here in Las Vegas as you try to make it 10-0 against Keenan Carball?
I think it was because, it was my dream to fight here in Vegas. When I was a kid, I saw those champions, fighting here in Vegas, and I said, hopefully one day I could make it and fight in Vegas. That would be my dream. So every time I come here, I leave everything here in the ring, and, I just train really hard and give my best.
Now, Leo, if you're successful on Saturday against Keenan Carbajal, as you look at the landscape of the featherweight division, you got a brand new champion at 126, the WBC champion, Mark Magsayo. You also have Kiko Martinez, a man that you beat over 6 years ago. So is there anybody out there, Manuel Navarrete, is there any one of the champions who excites you and entices you as to say, if I'm successful on Saturday, I want a unification matchup against that particular guy?
Right now, yeah, everything, hopefully, God, everything goes good on Saturday night. I think it was Magallanes of the Philippines, I wanted to fight Gary Russell, the fight never happened, but I think, Magallanes is a good fighter, a strong fighter, and I think a fight against him would be really great.
Now, for you, Keenan, where do you feel like you have the advantages over Leo Santa Cruz? He's obviously a high-volume puncher. He likes to come forward. He likes to mix it up. I mean, his fights against Carl Frampton, Abner Mares have been well documented. He's never in a boring fight. But where do you think you can be successful against Leo Santa Cruz?
My intelligence, all the physical attributes. I believe that I'm stronger, faster. And then the X factor is my trainer, my grandfather, Danny Carbajal. I feel like I know he's the best trainer in the world, so his intelligence is there, and our camp went very smooth. I learned a lot in just this training camp, so I know I'm going to step in there the best version of myself.
Now back to Keith Thurman, the former unified welterweight champion of the world. You mentioned on Fight Camp that you have plenty more good years in you. Have you thought about, you're 33 years of age, how long you want to go? Is it a year-by-year basis? Is it a fight-by-fight basis? Is it when I accomplish this particular thing in my career? You have a litany of accomplishments that you've already gone after and conquered over the course of your decade-long career.
I'm here to walk the path of a true warrior. I want to push it to the limit. Just like Floyd did, just like Pacquiao did, just like Ali did, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, and just all the tremendously great fighters. There's been those who were tremendous, like Andre Ward, where some debated, did he hang it up early? So as long as the warrior spirit within me, that fire, that flame is burning and it's still alive, you will continuously see Keith One-Time Thurman.
Keith, you brought up about the warrior spirit. I'm going to go back over to Mario in the sense that, Mario, you are known as El Azteca. You are very proud of your Mexican and your Aztec heritage. The Aztecs being these fierce warriors. You demonstrated that, especially over the last few years, over the course of your recent fights. What is the key to you being involved in these back and forth fights that entertain and excite fight fans around the world?
That's just part of my style. That's every time I step in the ring, I bring that intensity, I bring that determination. You're gonna have to hit me with something crazy, to get me out of there. Because if I get dropped, I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna keep on coming. It doesn't matter what you throw at me. I'm in there, to do whatever I can, to come out victorious. And that's exactly what, I try doing every time I step in that ring.
Against Keith Thurman, obviously not divulging your game plan, but you are obviously the taller fighter, but you like to mix it up on the inside as well. What are some things that you feel you have to do on Saturday in order to get your hand raised against the former welterweight champion of the world?
I'm gonna have to, do it all. Thurman it was the most difficult fight that was presented to me, and that's why, I took it. He can box, he can bang, he has good movement, and, during camp, we had to get ready, for every style possible, because we know he could do it all. But, as he was saying, I believe, we have the potential to bring out the best out of each other. And, man, it's going to be a hell of a night of boxing. This is definitely a fight that y'all don't want to miss out on.
And it all comes your way on Saturday night from the Michelob Ultra Arena here at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. It is Fox Sports BBC pay-per-view, our co-main event, Leo Santa Cruz and Keenan Carbajal. Keenan, finally, what do you want to tell all the fight fans around the world, and especially those in your hometown of Phoenix? You're riding an 18-fight win streak. You have a lot of momentum coming in this fight, but you are the underdog coming into the showdown against Leo Santa Cruz.
This is my moment. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Familia, we're here. Phoenix, we're here. Come February 5th, expect to see a showdown, a war, a battle, a fight to be talked about for many years to come.
Leo Santa Cruz, the featherweight champion of the world, absent from the ring for 15 months. It is glad, and we are thrilled to see you make your return. But what do you want? What statement are you hoping to put on Saturday night against Keenan Carbajal in the co-main event?
I want to, prove to the fans that I'm back. That I want to go back to the top. I want to go where I left off. A champion, and I want to go out there and entertain the fans like I always do. I always try to go out there and give the fans a great fight, because that's what the fans deserve. That's what the fans come here to get great shows, great fights, and that's what I'm gonna do with Keenan Carbajal.
That's our co-main event, ladies and gentlemen. Leo Santa Cruz, Keenan Carbajal, Mario Barrios, the former super lightweight champion of the world. What kind of splash are you hoping to go ahead and make against Keith Thurman in your main event on pay-per-view Saturday night?
Like I've said in these other interviews and everything, I'm looking to make a statement. I'm trying to put the welterweight division on notice that Mario Barrios is here, and like I said, Keith Thurman, he's a great fighter. He does a lot of great things, but it's my job, to go in there on Saturday night and do everything better, and that's exactly what I intend on doing.
Now for your adversary, Keith Thurman, the talking is now over. But Keith, you know how to sell a fight. You are certainly a unique personality in the sport of boxing. It seems like you are really looking forward to putting on a great show. But what do you want to tell the fans and the public out there as you prepare to take on Mario Barrios here in Las Vegas?
This is my presidential campaign, baby. I am back. Keith one-time Thurman is back. The welterweight division is back. Because without me, it's been whack. At the end of the day, man, I bring the most exciting fights at 147. The most exciting fights. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Dennis Ugas, with a belt, without the belt. Keith one-time Thurman is the champion of today, period. And that's the statement I'm making Saturday night.
Keith Thurman, he's back and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen, against Mario Barrios. Thank you to all the fighters, and now we are going to have the ceremonial stare downs. We'll start with our co-main event, the 4-division world champion Leo Santa Cruz and Keenan Carbajal. Gentlemen, if you can come right here in front of the podium. Leo Santa Cruz, Keenan Carbajal, also Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman. Kate and Sean, back to you guys at the desk.
Hold. All right, Sean, can you sit down here? One more. TV's in the back, guys. TV's in the back.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Let's hang out on this. Right here. TV's in the back, guys. TV's up top. All right, guys. Begin to go. Right here. TV's in the back, guys.
Keith, please go over to the stairs. See Hannah Volpe, she'll take care of you. For anyone that wants Leo, please come grab him right here. For anyone that wants Keenan right there. For Mario Barrios, please go over there and see Mario Serrano at the far stairs. Yeah, of course. All right, guys, we're doing the scrums first. One-on-ones after, okay? So
Cool.
please stay back.
Okay, sir.
Let's go right here.
Hey, Ray.
What's up,
How's it
Sean?
going, brother? Good to see
man.
you.
How are you, bro?
You guys can come up. I'm gonna have you come around and push it.
How you doing, Hannah?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, champ?
What's up?
Hey, nice mohawk. Look at you.
Hey, Keith, man. You know, looking back at the Pacquiao fight, there was a moment when you went back to the corner after the fifth. There was blood coming down your nose, and it was like this look in your eyes, like you regained yourself, and then you went on a run. You won 6 through 10. Do you recall it that way? And do you feel like you could dig deep again if you need to in this fight with Barrios like you did that fight?
I've dig deep in plenty of fights, you know. That's just something that you caught, you know. So at the end of the day, man, you know, when I'm in there fighting, I'm in there fighting. You know, Keith Thurman don't got no quit. Keith Thurman don't got no back down, sit down, crawl into a corner, curl up, turtle shell. You know what I mean? You put me in a corner, I'm gonna find a way to fight out of it. You know what I mean? You put me under pressure, and I'm gonna do my best to rise back to the top. So that night, I just felt a little bit of pressure. You know, I knew that I was capable of more, and it was time to show it. So if that came right after the 5th round, that's all it was about, man, is that there was a little bit of hesitation going on, a little bit of a slow start. Things weren't happening my way, and I had to do what I had to do to show the fight fans that Thurman doesn't show up just to perform it, that I show up to win each and every time.
The WBC said that this fight is not a WBC title eliminator, and since Errol Spence is not interested in a fight with you, does that make Terrence Crawford, you know?
First off, whatever. We don't care what the WBC says. The year's not over. Keith Thurman is the most exciting fights for any champion out there. I want any belt out there. So, you know, I've been telling y'all this for a long time. Send the effing contract. It's simple. I see a contract, it's probably gonna come looking stupid, so I'm gonna throw it right back at you, but we can work out the wording, we can negotiate, and we can have a beautiful night of boxing like we're doing right now. It's that simple, man. You know, I negotiate. This is a real sport, okay? We're independent contractors. It happens one fight at a time, and I like making great fights, man. So whatever champion wants to step in the ring with Keith Thurman, that's who's gonna be next.
Who's more challenging for you, Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford?
You know, that's up to them, man. They're both challenging. They're both world class. That's the upper echelon, you know. So I just look forward to it. I still believe that Crawford lets some punches slip in, but I do know he's sharp. I do know that he's fast. I do know if you just let him counter you early, that, you know, it could be your tempo that gets rocked, you know. But that's what makes it a great fight, is that you got two dangerous and deadly fighters in the ring. You know, that's what it's always about.
Keith, obviously the last big welterweight fight that we had was in this very building. Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford. Just wanted your thoughts on the fight, and going into the last round, you can see Terrence Crawford saying, "I'm down, how am I down?" And then he came out, turned it up that notch and got the victory, obviously, that round. Just your thoughts on the fight in that moment right there.
Yeah, I love that moment, because that shows the dog in Crawford, you know what I mean? That he's not there to just rely on the belt, to rely on the fact that I'm champion and they got to beat the champion. I do think he was inactive. You know, I do think it was wise of his coaches to let him know, like, wake up, boy, wake up. You know, I do believe that he was slightly favored going into that round. I don't know how the judges really had it, but I knew he was picking up momentum in the second half of the fight. When he was moving really fast and trying to counter Sean, he actually was missing with all his twitchy. He was trying to twitch hook, twitch uppercut. All that stuff was missing. And then about the 5th round, he slowed down. Sean started to slow down. But in slowing down, he actually started to meet the mark. You know, I mean, I remember one time he won a round with like one combo. It was like a 1, 2, 3. Sean, he doesn't land clean punches. And Terrence had a good defense in that fight. So, you know, to me, it just wasn't as entertaining as I truly wanted the whole fight to be. I thought Crawford, I actually gave him a new nickname that night, Crafty Crawford. I thought he was being crafty in there. I thought he needed to be crafty. And because he was working on focusing on what to do to Sean, he needed to show that he truly is a crafty fighter and land that beautiful punch in the later rounds, get those double knockdowns. The fight was over at that point. We saw Sean, we saw his energy. We know his daddy stopped the fight, but the fight was over. It is what it is. And it was a good closing out performance. Not a great overall performance, in my opinion, from Crawford, but a terrific closing out performance since nobody in the welterweight division stopped Sean Porter before that night.
You still show Saturday night that, you still have the speed and the power of a Terrence Crawford, because he's kind of faster than everybody he's getting in the ring right now, but we knew you.
He's a lightweight. Right. He's a lightweight moving up.
Right.
I'm fighting a lightweight. I got defeated by practically a bantamweight. Who knows what weight class Pacquiao is. He's every weight class. So at the end of the day, man, when we know this in boxing, the co-main event, we're going to see those hands fly. Leo Santa Cruz and them, lighter fighters are naturally faster, So I've been working with young guys with great hand speed and preparation for this fight, because I expect this guy coming from a lighter division, 1, to have faster hands, 2, to throw more punches than bigger adversaries, right? So I think it's just going to be a great night of boxing. And if potentially my next fight was a Crawford, I think this is a good look to have somebody who has hand speed and is more of a better, I don't want to just use the word tune-up, but he's got length, he's got speed, he's got pop of his own, and I think that transfers better over from Barrios Crawford than Jose Cito Lopez Manny Pacquiao. If you guys remember how 2019
went. Do you think Barrios going to open up more in this fight?
Crawford said that you don't have confidence in yourself, and that's why you don't want to fight him next.
First off, we don't really care what Crawford says. Crawford's in a lawsuit with Bob Arum. Crawford don't know what to do, where to focus on making money at the end of the day. Crawford should know that it's simple. They came to me with a whack proposal, never put it in writing like I asked. Write it up. Stop playing, Bob. We don't care about you anymore anyways. Crawford don't care about you anymore anyways. But write it up, send it to me. It never happened, so it never happened. Who got a written contract? Sean Porter. Who got the fight with Crawford? Sean Porter. End of story.
So you good with that fight happening next, though?
I don't care. This is what I do for a living. I just love to fight. We were amateurs once upon a time. I used to do this for a trophy. I used to do it for a medal. I used to fight to make my mama and my daddy proud. Now I get to feed my family. So yeah, at the end of the day, maybe there's another fight. WBC said this is a title eliminator to a title eliminator. First off, WBC, Keith Thurman relinquished the belt, okay? You didn't have to come to me and strip me of my world title. I gave the belt back to you. Why? I let you make more money, WBC, whoever your presidential WBC. Keith Thurman let you make more money. I gave up the belt so that you can go tax somebody else and go be with somebody else. That's still my belt. Pacquiao beat me, but nobody stripped me of the WBC. So first off, WBC, ABC, WBA, them alphabet boys, they need to figure that stuff out. I'm a champion. Period.
You feel like
I'm a champion.
What's your thoughts on PBC saying that the fight hasn't happened between Errol Spence and Crawford because Crawford is not a pay-per-view star?
We've heard of that. We've seen the numbers. Bob Arum adamantly kept saying, I'm not making money. He kept saying he's losing money off the kid. You know what I'm saying? And one, no promoter should talk like that about a fighter openly, if it's true or not true. My personal opinion, right? But at the end of the day, apparently if you're not from Omaha, Nebraska, you're not watching Terrence Crawford, and that's Terrence's fault. That's part of Bob Arum's fault. That's ESPN and the way you gotta go online and order the dang plus a dussa. What that thing was whack. I didn't order it. I was trying to order it. I didn't order it. Somebody else got on my TV and ordered it for me because I couldn't figure it out. I was not gonna watch the fight because I couldn't figure it out. Luckily, somebody came in and did it for me. Otherwise I would have just been watching Netflix all night.
Keith,
There was a fight.
Spence versus Ugas seems to be next for Spence.
Yeah.
Both of them. How do you see that fight playing out? And do you almost maybe want to root for Ugas in the sense that, you know, he hasn't said anything about not fighting you, and Spence has?
Okay. That part, yes. But the other part is, look, man, he can constantly say what he wants on an opinion. Let Al write up the contract. Let him see what's really on the table. Is he really going to stay away from Thurman? Is he really going to avoid me that much? Does he got that much hatred? Look, at the end of the day, Ugas, Spence, great fight. Ugas, Thurman, better fight. Spence, Thurman, better fight. Thurman, Crawford, better fight. Thurman versus your mama, great fight. Okay, look, at the end of the day, yeah, every fight, it's Thurman versus the world, baby. It's just me versus everybody. I don't know what you guys don't understand about that. It's Thurman versus everybody. This is what I'm here for. This is my life. This is my dream come true, to be a prize fighter. I love this. Win, lose, and draw, I still have fans. I still have a legacy. I don't lose from this point on. I don't lose. There's nothing to lose. It's just a continuation of the legacy that I've already built for myself.
Keith, if this kid's going to open up, if this young man's going to open up more, he seems more confident heading into this big stage that he did with Tank. If he's going to open up and let his hands go more, is Keith Thurman getting a knockout Saturday night?
Well, yes, you know, him wanting to step into the fire, he can easily get burned. But, you know, I like his wordplay. You say he has so much confidence, yet the young man wants 10 ounces and not 8 ounces. You know what I mean? So you got a lot of confidence, but you don't got 8-ounce confidence. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to just, you know, check me. Thurman's weak to the body. Put the right size gloves on and hurt me, boy. Do it, boy. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Look, at the end of the day, he might have confidence, but I feel a little question mark in the background.
Has that been resolved, the glove issue?
This is state of Nevada. You got to do your research. It looks like you uneducated on this topic. But at the end of the day, both fighters must agree. I thought it was maybe only certain weight classes. I think this is across the board. The state of Nevada did this. We are a concussion-based sport. We've seen all concussion-based sports make adjustments throughout the years. Football is not the same. You know, it just isn't. And it's beneficial to the athlete. So I don't know what kind of conference they had here in the state of Nevada, but they adamantly made a decision that if both fighters do not agree upon 8-ounce gloves, 8-ounce gloves will not be issued in a fight. 10-ounce will be the mandatory glove size in the state of Nevada. So, you know, also, he's moving up in a weight class. He knows he's facing a puncher. He could have took an easier fight. He took a challenging fight. Let's just take the 10-ounce gloves and let's have a great challenge. I respect that. I don't know the real philosophy behind it, but when you're given an option, it's an option. You have the right to say yes. You have the right to say no. He made his choice. It doesn't have, my opinion doesn't matter from this point on. I'm just here to show up, do my job, and have a great fight Saturday night.
Thanks, Keith. Have a good fight, Keith.
Everybody has going Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas.
It's hard to say, but maybe around the same, maybe
15 pounds more, even 55.
Yeah, like probably around like 15 pounds more.
So
maybe.
like in the low 160s or something like that. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Just one last question for you, Mario. When you know, the obvious, very a prideful guy you are, of course, and tough loss for you against Tank. How long did you kind of step away and kind of need some time to process and get past that?
I only took 3 weeks off after that fight, and then I was right back in the gym. Like I was saying, you know, I have a great family around me, you know, close friends, my girl who always like has my back through everything, and you know, so I mean, the people too who had watched the fights, you know, they kept my spirits high after that loss, and it was more motivating than anything.
Thanks for your time, man.
Hey, who do you think is a harder puncher, Tank or Keith Thurman?
Well, I haven't felt, you know, Keith Thurman's power yet, but I mean, I know for sure he can punch.
Do you think there's a chance that Davis, even though he's a lightweight and Keith's a welterweight, that he's the harder puncher? There's a chance you already went up against a puncher like this.
Yeah, you know, there was different things that play into that. Again, you know, I was cutting down all the way to 140. It was really late in the fight. But I mean, I'm also I'm not taking anything away from Tank, man. Like he could crack for sure. Like, but you know, as far as like trying to compare, I mean, I really can't do that right now.
What do you think is the biggest obstacle in fighting Keith Thurman?
There's multiple. You know, like I said, he can box, he can bang. He throws some weird counter punches. You know, so there's a lot that I had to be ready for on Saturday.
What did you take from this fight against Pacquiao? He was, got off to a slow start, obviously, in that fight, but picked it up in the middle of the late rounds.
You know, he's vulnerable. You know, when he moves, and you know, and just vulnerable against and a very active fighter. And but I mean, you know, I'm prepared for a very hard 12 rounds regardless.
Mario, gotta ask, we were just talking to Keith about the glove situation and why not go with the traditional 8 ounce for, 147 and below and, contest for the 10 ounce. Is there an injury or was there a particular reason behind that to opt for the 10 ounce versus the 8 ounce?
On my part, no. I mean, you know, they said that they wanted 10s, and I was like, all right, I mean, I'm not tripping. It's only 2 ounces. So I'm good yet, so yeah, it's gonna be my first time fighting with 10s, but I mean, I've been training with 10s whole camp. It doesn't feel like much of a difference than the usual 8 that I'm used to using. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna play much of a factor.
Because he it seemed to frame it like he wanted the 8 ounces and it was your side who wanted 10 ounces and that was the holdup, but that's not the case. Or?
No.
Yeah.
Mario, obviously you're at 147 fighting the first time. Did you do anything like strength-wise or is it just a matter of maybe not losing as much weight?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was really just like naturally been, getting close to, just being a natural 147. So I mean, there wasn't any, any muscle gain, anything that I had to gain to get used, to being at 147.
What do you feel like, gets improved or affected the most when you don't have to cut so much weight now? Is it like punch resistance or power, or what do you think we see difference of at 147 Barrios?
I think really like all of the above, just punch resistance, strength, endurance, like I was saying, I didn't have to worry about, those extra carbs, that like last, 2 or 3 weeks before camp. Right now, this is like how my sisters were saying it, this is the most, we have seen you smile on fight week. But yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable, and I'm excited.
Is there a big difference 3 days out from the fight, basically 3.5 days? 7 pounds, it's a lot of extra weight you get to not have to lose.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, I mean, cutting weight is still cutting weight, it's not fun getting down to 147 either, but it definitely is, it's way easier than, going down to 140.
It sounded like, obviously you don't just want to win this fight, but you really are looking to make a statement to the Spences and the Ugas and Crawford and these guys that you're going to be an elite 147. Is that right, Mario? Or?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I took this fight, for a reason. And that's, to just, let everybody know, whether it's the fans, whether it's the fighters, that, I'm here, and I'm ready.
What happens if we don't even see the 2.5 years? How do you visualize it if we get the same Keith Thurman in his prime,
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. Like I said, any victory over a Keith Thurman that's less than 100%, it's not good enough for me.
Both of you guys sizes, like obviously you have a slight size advantage over him. Do you think that it will play a part in this, according to you guys' boxing style?
It plays a part in all my fights. I try to utilize my my advantages as best as I can. But I mean, at the same time, I'm not scared to get on the inside and mix it up.
Yeah,
Mario, now having been able to take that, have the time off since the Gervonta fight, and go back and watch it, analyze it, what do you feel like you learned the most in that fight? I was watching the PBC countdown, and some of the people on there were saying that they felt that you were up, at the time of the stoppage. What do you feel that you learned the most since the fight and going back to watch the fight?
Going back watching the fight, we felt that we were up. even there, you know, in the fight, you know, we felt that we were up, but
So did Floyd.
Yeah, and the scorecards showed something completely different. But you know, that's, you know, sometimes that's, you know, just how it is with these fights. But you know, I mean, I wasn't tripping. You know, I was in there. I was gonna, you know, just do what, you know, do as best as I could, really, you know, to try to, you know, secure the victory. But you know, we took away a lot from that fight. You know, I got to display a lot of my boxing abilities. I got to show, you know, I wasn't just a puncher. You know, I wasn't just, you know, an average Mexican fighter. You know, I do have boxing IQ. And me and my team, I mean, we're still very satisfied with that performance.
And big weekend for the San Antonio fans as far as boxing. Obviously, you'll be here right down the road in Arizona. Ben Rodriguez challenging for the title. Just what does it mean to you to be representing, you know, San Antonio and to have two big fights for the city in one night?
Man, it's an awesome fucking feeling. You know, me, Bam, his brother Josh Franco, man, we used to train together as kids, and you know, now, you know, he has his world title shot. If it wasn't for both of our fights being on the same night, I would be in Arizona, you know, supporting him.
Hey, switching. I'm sorry, my pleasure.
But yeah, I mean, it's an amazing feeling, man. You know, San Antonio has, you know, so much boxing potential, you know, so much talent, and you know, I'm just glad that, you know, we're able to shed light on that.
Mario, you know, you said last fight you got to show your boxing skills and your speed. Do you think this fight we see more of the banging from Mario Barrios and that lead in this fight?
I'm not sure. You know, we'll have to see the way the fight plays out. You know, it's my job to go in there and to adapt, you know, to whatever, you know, he's bringing, and you know, just you know, ultimately, you know, win the fight round by round, and you know, whether it's boxing or whether it's banging, you know, that's what I plan on doing.
And let me get a quick prediction from, you know, AJ versus Usyk rematch, and then Errol Spence versus you guys. Who do you think comes out on those two fights?
I don't have much of a side to pick on either of those, man. But I mean, they're great fights, you know, especially the Ugas and Spence fight. You know, they're both dudes that I've considered friends, you know, that I've rooted for, you know, plenty of times. And you know, they're trying to prove, you know, that they're the best. You know, they're unifying, and it's just, you know, a great fight for the sport of boxing.
After so much time off, would you like to have a more active, you know, campaign this year in 2022?
Definitely. I was planning on, you know, I wanted another fight before 2021 was up, but you know, we happened to get it, you know, early 2022. But you know, I'm always in the gym. I never take, you know, too long away, you know, from boxing after the fights, and yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward, you know, to having a more active year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mario.
Thanks, guys.
Excuse me. Thanks, Mario. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, everything's good, brother. Hey, Keith. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah, good to see you.
Yes, I'm still waiting to hear the final price. Okay. Hey, Sean?
What's up, Mikey?
What's up? I want to say
What's up,
hi
brother?
live before I leave.
We're special for those kind of guys.
Area 15. Some liftoff shit.
Santa Cruz already get out of here? Hey, Dan. Would you mind if I just interview you about the fight real quick before we get out of here? Thanks, brother. All right, FightHype.com here with I'll call him the great Dan Birmingham, one of the best trainers in boxing the last, 30 years, Dan?
It's been a while.
But you had champions in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now time to get one in the 2020s, right, Dan?
Keith's already been a champion. He's going to be a champion again.
So, Dan, how would you compare this version of Keith Thurman at 33 to the guy who became unified champion? What's the differences?
I think he can't help but be smarter because he has a lot more experience. And he's well-versed in everything. He can box, he can punch, and he's also tough as nails.
Mm-hmm. I ask, though, because, you know, they say the athletic gifts are the first thing to go in a fighter, but do you see he's still got all the speed and that he had at 28.
Of course, he's only in his 30s.
Right.
I'm 70 and I still feel good.
You don't look in your 70s, Dan.
Thank you.
But what do you make of Barrios heading into this fight?
I think his biggest attribute is his toughness. I mean, he's a skilled fighter, but he's also very tough and very determined. We're looking forward to a very tough fight, and I believe that Keith's going to come out victorious.
Was Barrios, though, hesitant in that Davis fight and maybe won't be as hesitant second time on a big stage? Or?
Well, Davis is another tremendous fighter. Very offensive, very quick, very tough, stays right on you. And Keith's going to do basically the same thing, only Keith's a little bigger, a little stronger.
Mm-hmm. Do you see this fight, Keith's getting it ended inside of 12 rounds? Or?
I never try to make predictions, but I think Keith is a stronger guy, and if he catches Barrios, I don't think he'll recover.
How was this camp compared to the Pacquiao camp?
Fantastic. No injuries this time. He had a few injuries with Pacquiao, but this time, no hurt hands. You know, he's good to go.
What are you seeing from him mentally? Is he hungrier than he was even 2.5 years ago, Dan? Or
he's very hungry. I mean, 30 months of being off will do that to you. But the hunger's always been there. The drive has always been there.
Mm-hmm. And what have you thought about, the division since the last time, Keith fought Pacquiao? Who do you see as the top dog you guys got to aim for?
Well, the welterweight division is packed. It's packed right now with Spence and everybody else. So all the big fights at welterweight are going to be exciting.
You feel like Keith would be ready for any of them after this fight?
Definitely.
And, Winky, we saw him in the countdown shows. He came in the gym to check out Keith. What's some of the things, Winky may have, told Keith Thurman to help him heading into this fight?
Just basic stuff about training hard, working hard, keeping your head on straight, and getting your sleep at night, eating right, and stuff like that.
What would you say is, the difference in your journey took Winky through in this one with Keith Thurman?
I'm older. I'm older and wiser, and I have more experience.
And I just want to get your thoughts, too, on the guy who's in the spot. Keith was in almost 10 years ago, Ennis. Is he next up, you think, Dan, when Spence and Crawford and Keith are on
He's making a real good run. I mean, he's tall, he's strong, he's box, he can punch. I think he's going to be somebody to be reckoned with.
Well, you sound confident, and it sounds like you think we're going to get a sharp Keith Thurman Saturday night, Dan.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to let us know? Give any insights to give us before fight night?
All I have to say is tune in, pay for the pay-per-view. It's going to be well worth it.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Dan. Have a good one. See you, brother. Have a good one.
Wonderful.
Good, man. Yourself?
Yeah, I think, I think that might be a wrap today from the Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas. Tomorrow on FightHype, we do have the undercard press conference, so we'll be doing that live. Keith Idec.
I was just going to say I'm not doing any interviews today.
Okay,
I'm charging at least $15 per interview in case you're interested.
All right. We'll read the quotes on your articles, Keith. We all love Keith Idec. We do. I certainly do. Well, and we'll leave on that note. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Thurman Barrios. My thoughts real quickly. Barrios does look more confident and comfortable on this stage than he did for Gervonta. Against Gervonta, he looked very tight in Atlanta at their press conferences. The kid, he said it himself, he won't stop smiling ear to ear. But Keith Thurman, like he said in our interview, has never not shown that dog when push comes to shove in the ring. So I'm excited to see him because he sounds hungry. In the PBC clips, his speed and power still look there on the mitts. So we just got to see what happens when we get in the ring Saturday. Keep it locked in all week. Thanks, everybody. Peace out.